Many people think that Fox News is some kind of a barometer for Christian thinking, but that's not really always true. Fox News has kind of become stuck in the mushy middle. You had some fiery words for our friend Chris Wallace here recently.
Well, I did send him a letter. I sent him a comment because I was listening to this segment just this Sunday with one of the architects of Obamacare, Mr. Emanuel, Dr. Emanuel, I guess. And the guy was crazy. He said things that weren't true. Once again, we're getting information that's not true. And specifically, let me tell you, Gordon, what he said. And I apologize, I'm paraphrasing. But basically, he said, here's a lady who's lost her coverage. She has a 24-year-old son. And the comment from Chris Wallace was, well, do you think she really needs maternity care and pediatric care? And he says, well, maybe he will if that 24-year-old son gets someone pregnant.
Oh, that's an interesting proposition.
And I thought to myself, well, for goodness sakes, I don't think that lady's insurance coverage will cover his potential girlfriends, will it? So I wrote a letter and said, why didn't you call him on this?
I think Chris is calling us on the phone right now.
Maybe.
I've been hearing it ringing. Maybe he's going to respond to you and explain why he would give an Obama administration official a total pass when he's spewing deception.
I don't know. And it really was a good interview. And it got out of control at some points because when people are talking over the top of one another, you're really not getting any kind of information from either one of them. And he had a little bit of trouble controlling Dr. Emanuel because he had to keep interrupting. But the fact of the matter is, you can't defend the indefensible.
You know, it's an interesting challenge. I sat with someone over lunch the other day, and they were someone that surprisingly was a committed Democrat. And they said, oh, I could never be a Republican because these Republicans are so angry. And I thought, what planet are you from? Because when we hear people like Emmanuel on television and they're screaming out all of these things that aren't true, they're just loud and demanding and belligerent and angry and Democrat.
And very disrespectful.
And very disrespectful. How does that? How in the world does that play? How do people buy into that and then say Republicans are angry?
You know, I think what's going to happen with the rollout of Obamacare is it's not so much the website's broken and the techno geeks have failed. The problem is it hasn't hit the average American yet.
It's beginning to, though, isn't it?
The average American doesn't always watch Fox News. They don't always watch CNN, and they don't read millions of pages of laws.
And they really don't care to.
They can't. They don't have time to. Yeah. But when someone says you're going to get a fine if you don't have insurance, or if you have a good insurance plan and now you're going to be taxed on that insurance plan, then the light bulb's going to go off. But Barack Obama had all the lies up front. He was elected on his lies, and he's there now.
You know, it's interesting, as you're talking about that, my mind flashes back to 2009 when the government spending and taxation were it seemed to be just out of control. And it was the genesis of the Tea Party because people rose up and said, no, that's enough.
Enough is enough.
Do you think that this Obamacare debacle, when it really begins to hit the streets, and it's starting to, do you think it will generate an uprising that will turn it around?
I think there will be Democrats who will finally question their vote. I think they'll finally question why they believed Barack Obama. And I honestly believe that the media at some point is going to realize how duped they've been.
So you're saying that maybe they'll believe the question on the bumper sticker that says, does your Obama sticker make you feel stupid yet?